Hi, you're watching Coffee Break with the Ambassador. I'm Doni Kusman Haji. Today we are going to meet His Excellency Admassu Tsegaye, the Ambassador of Ethiopia to Indonesia. And we are going to learn more about Ethiopia, about the people, about the culture. Let's find out. Ethiopia is the most populous landlocked country in the world and the second most populous nation on the African continent. It occupies a total area of 1,100,000 square kilometers. Its capital and largest city is Addis Ababa. The Ethiopia-Indonesia relations were established in 1961, followed by the opening of the Indonesian embassy in Addis Ababa in 1964. While Ethiopia has established a new embassy in Jakarta in the second half of 2016. Mr. Ambassador.
Nice to meet you, Henry.
Thank you so much for your time.
Nice.
How are you? How are you?
Fine. How
Thank
you
you,
do?
thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you,
fine.
good.
Yeah,
I
good.
can see you wearing your traditional attire.
Yes, this is our traditional clothes. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for your time. It's a very big place, nice neighborhood.
Yes, a very quiet place
Yeah.
in Jakarta.
Excellency, we are here not only to discuss about the relation between the two countries, but also about the people-to-people relationship that really counts nowadays. But then again, G2G has been always there. It has been good, starting with the participation of Ethiopia in the Asia-Africa Conference in 1955, and then also the joining of the non-aligned movement in 1961, followed by the opening of the embassy also, and then the visit of the king to Indonesia, and then the recent Asia-Africa Conference in 2005 and 2015. What are your comments on that?
The ties between Indonesia and Ethiopia just began in 1955 when a delegation came to the Bandung conference. After that, Ethiopia also participated in the non-aligned movement. Indonesia opened its embassy in Addis Ababa in 1964. Well, immediately after 4 years, our former Emperor Haile Selassie visited Indonesia and Jakarta. And since then, in the United Nations and in the non-aligned movement, we have been collaborating. But really, the bilateral relations between the two countries significantly increased after Ethiopia established its embassy
In Jakarta.
2016 in Jakarta. That means before 2.5 years.
And what are we focusing at now?
And already we have recommendations, for example, to work together to hasten investment and trade between two countries. The other very important issue is the commencement of the Ethiopian Airlines direct flight from Ethiopia to
That would be a
Jakarta.
breakthrough, of course.
That one is a breakthrough, and we think that Ethiopian Airlines is not only connecting Ethiopia and Indonesia, but is connecting Indonesia with the rest of Africa. And also Africa with Indonesia and the rest of Southeast Asian countries.
There has been established cooperation in education there's been scholarship given to Ethiopian youth, and also this collaboration should also increase the people-to-people relation. How do you see it?
Well, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Indonesian government for offering scholarship. That is very important for us. It's two kinds of scholarship. One is human resource development. The other one is cultural relationship. Before I came here, I was a university president for a long period of time. So I know the importance of higher education. After I came, really I tried my best to connect Indonesians and Indonesian and Ethiopian universities. We have signed more than 8 memorandum of understanding.
8 MOUs?
Yeah, with Indonesia University, Bogor Agricultural University, Bandung Institute of Technology, with Hawassa University, Addis Ababa University, Bahar Dar University. So I value the cooperation between universities in that aspect.
And we hope that the students also will bring home not only academical skills, but also Indonesian culture and Indonesian knowledge.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you explore, you have been visiting, most probably you have visited a number of cities or area in our country. And do you see any similarities of culture, maybe in the culinary sector or in the food sector?
Yeah, in the food sector, well, most of the time our dishes, we use a lot of spices in our
Just
dishes.
like us.
Yeah, and it's very similar.
So both peoples wouldn't have to be surprised or to the differences, because there are so many similarities actually.
Definitely. In the culture, for example, in the greetings and the culture, the approach is similar. It's not different. Ethiopia is very unique, so it's not different. You don't see much difference.
So, Your Excellency, from the way in, I saw this set, and this looks like a coffee tradition of Ethiopia.
Yeah, this is a coffee ceremony of Ethiopia. Coffee is originated in Ethiopia, so it's indigenous to Ethiopia.
I see.
We do it in our place like this 3 times in a day.
Really?
One in the morning, the other one is during lunchtime, and then in the evening.
So 1 cup of coffee for every meal?
For every meal. And we don't do it alone. Always we invite neighbors to come in.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
Enjoy the coffee ceremony. And we roast it here and grind it in front of the neighbor and then drink it, yeah.
Could somebody show us how to do it?
Yeah, okay. Sion, please come.
Oh, hello. How do you do? Thank you. So what's the first process here?
She's going to roast it now. Yeah. This is a charcoal, and then she will roast here. This is a roasting process. Yeah. This is Arabica. It's a very excellent coffee. It's the best coffee in the world. And the area where coffee was originated is Kaffa. We call
Kaffa.
it Kaffa. So it's now if you go to Kaffa, you can find forest, coffee forest, and there are so many species of coffee there. For example, if there is a coffee disease or pest, if you wish to improve the variety, since there is a genetic diversity there, any breeder can go and improve the coffee now we are drinking. So the genetic diversity is also maintained in those places.
Excellency, could you explain why this coffee tradition has been passed on through generation, and until today, they're still conducting it traditionally.
You see, Ethiopia is a very ancient country. We have never been colonized. And also there are so many ethnic groups, more than 80 different ethnic groups. We are succeeded in keeping our culture for a long period of time now. If you go to Ethiopia, we do have even different day count. Early in the morning, when the sun rises, we say one hour. When the sun sets, we say 12 hours. Then again, 1 in the night.
Different calendar,
different calendar and different. This is also our tradition that we kept it for a long period of time.
So tradition and culture is very important.
Yeah, it's not mixed, and because we kept our independence for a long period of time. No foreign countries colonized us. Just as a result, we kept our tradition for a long period of time. So that's the reason why this coffee ceremony is really very important, and still in the rural areas and in the urban areas.
Doesn't only show nationalism but also pride.
We are very proud of our coffee ceremony, and also our calendar, and also our time count, and also we do have a different alphabet.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
So this is really the result of independence. We kept our culture for a long period of time. Still, we are continuing now.
And after the roasting, what comes next?
Then this will be grinded here in front of all the neighbors. And then there is a special pot there that you see.
I can see that.
Yeah, and it will be boiled. The coffee will be boiled in that pot. And then there is a very special, we call it before coffee, always you give some snack. So that one is a snack.
Popcorn.
Popcorn, and also we have another roasted like barley and wheat. So just before you take the coffee, you will be served by that one, and then you
Very nice.
Coffee.
Very nice.
This is a homemade bread with a spice in it, and typically we make at home. So in Ethiopia, we hardly buy cooked or processed
I see.
food. We make it at home.
Everything is homemade.
Everything.
Chicken sauce.
This is a chicken sauce, a little bit hot and spicy. This is a very traditional one, and when somebody comes to your house, if you present this one, then it is a sign of respect.
I see.
So this is, and it's homemade. You see, when they make this chicken sauce, it takes a whole day.
Really?
Yeah, the whole day.
The whole day.
When they cook the onion, and there are processes, so it takes a long period of time.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And this is cabbage kale with meat. This is also a very popular traditional dish in Ethiopia. It's again spicy.
Almost everything is spicy here.
Yeah, everything is spicy.
And this is rice?
And
I
this
assume?
is not rice.
No?
This is the same. This
this is-
teff, the bread teff mixed with soup of meat together, and this is very delicious.
Then roasted
This
beef.
this is roasted meat.
Looks good to me.
With spices again, and very delicious. And this is kitfo, we call it kitfo. This is again meat, beef, but a very special beef, soft
Chunk,
beef chopped. And you see this one, you consume that one with this bread. This is a special bread again. It's an kocho, we call it kocho. so.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
have a taste,
Yeah.
or
Yeah, this.
you first?
Yeah, no. In our place, the guests.
Ah, thank you. So what would you suggest me to take now?
Yeah, so you can take this one.
I can't wait to try this.
Okay. Yeah.
This looks very colorful and
Very
smells
colorful
nice.
and must be very tasty.
Yeah, let's hope so.
So, what special thing again is we use our finger.
That's what we do too. That's what we do too.
But you are free now. Either you can use your fingers or you can use this.
Cutleries, okay.
Yeah, okay. But I use my fingers.
You use your finger. Oh, I can do that too.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very curious with the chicken because you said to prepare this it takes one whole day. Is there coconut thing
No.
inside now?
There is no coconut.
Oh.
It's only different types of spices.
Very good.
So everywhere you go, except few cities, you find a Ethiopian restaurant. I hope in Jakarta, after some times, because of the Ethiopian Airlines,
We hope so.
we also so. And we hope also Indonesian restaurant in Addis.
So actually
Okay.
it's been great. The food is nice. It's different, but for me it's very interesting.
Okay,
It's
thank you very
something-
much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, very good.
So, Excellency, I've noticed that you have many pictures in the house, one of which is this one.
This is one of the wonders in the world. It is a rock-hewn monolithic church, 11 churches
I see.
made up of one rock. And this is in 12th century. King Lalibela built this one in the 12th century.
We have some pictures also here on this side of the room.
This is the first hijra, just in the 7th century.
7th century.
Yeah, Prophet Muhammad has sent his followers to Ethiopia. At that time, King Izana. So as a refugee, he accepted them as a refugee. So it's at that time this mosque was constructed. That is in the 7th century. So it is the first oldest mosque in Africa.
And that's also the beginning of Islam in Ethiopia.
Yeah, the beginning of Islam in Ethiopia. And also now it's a holy place for Muslims.
I see.
And we hope that many Muslims from Indonesia will also visit
I hope so.
this historic area.
And then I see also pictures here of,
Yeah, this is, we can say this is the beginning of the bilateral relationship between Indonesia and Ethiopia.
I see.
This is the inaugural ceremony in 1964 in Addis. So at that time, our former king, Emperor Haile Selassie, was there in the Indonesian embassy
okay.
at the inaugural ceremony. This one is also very historical. Our former King Emperor Haile Selassie visited Indonesia Jakarta in 1968.
With President
With
Suharto at that
yeah.
time.
And you see, since then our bilateral relationship is growing, and as I mentioned earlier, again, just since 2016 is now expanding and growing, but the relationship of Ethiopia and Indonesia can be traced back to 1955.
55.
Yeah. So,
Well, Excellency, thank you so much for having me.
thank you very much for coming and visiting our embassy and our house.
Thank you for your time
I
and
really enjoy.
for the lunch, of course. Very interesting. It's a new experience for me. And we hope that the relation between Indonesia and Ethiopia, as well as the two peoples, should be tighter and stronger in the future, especially through the direct flight, of course.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think people's to people's relationship is very important, and it's the responsibility of the journalists and the media people, I think, to do that one. And thank you very much for coming to my residence.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate
Thank you.
and the whole crew.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Until next time.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We just had an interesting chat with His Excellency Admassu Tsegaye, the Ambassador of Ethiopia to Indonesia. And we found out that tradition is very important to Ethiopians, just like it is important to our nation. And coffee is part of the tradition. Until next week.